Thinking about moving here to Delaware? If so, I got a great video for you, especially if you're looking for new construction, 55 plus. I'm in the 55 plus community of Pennfield. We're in Middletown, Delaware. This is a community built by K Hov. Great community, great location. I mean, we're located right off of Route 1, just minutes away from the Roth Bridge. So if you're someone who's looking to commute, it's going to be great for you. But I'm going to show you two models back here. We got the Carver and we got the Aberdeen too. I mean, this community is so new that there aren't even people living out here yet. So trying to get you firsthand out here. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Brandon Windom. I help people buy and sell homes here in Delaware. I've lived here my entire life, and on this channel, we talk about everything Delaware and Delaware real estate related. And if you're thinking about potentially buying or selling a home here in Delaware, I would love to have a conversation to see if it made sense for us to work together. I'll put my info on screen now and again in the description below. Guys, you know the deal. Obviously, before you come out here, you're going to want to make sure you reach out to me so that you make sure that you can have representation. Obviously the reps out here, they're great. I know them, and I know a lot of them in most of the communities, and they're great, but they work for the builder. So you want somebody working for you, advocating on your behalf, and that's dedicated to you. So you want to make sure you reach out before you get out here so you can have representation, and it's not going to cost you anything. You're going to have somebody on your side. But with that being said, let's go check this out. So some quick stats here on the Carver. It is a 2-bed, 2.5 bath with a flex room. You do have basements out here, and it's right around 2,490 square feet. And the base price on this model is going to start, obviously take this with a grain of salt, guys, because I don't know when you're watching this, but as of right now, it's starting at $613,900. And with that being said, I mean, let's dive right into it. Let's give you what you want. So this does have the front porch elevation on it, and all of these are going to come standard with those 8-foot doors, like those big doors, and I love them. So it gives it a very grand feeling as you come in here. Obviously, you have the 10-foot ceiling. Right over here is where, like, you get what I mean when I say, like, these doors. I almost fell, guys. So you have these 8-foot doors. So you have your first bedroom right here. So with this being a 55 plus, typically, 2-bed, maybe even 3, but they do have the flex rooms and they do have some options. Typically with K Hov, the builder, they're not going to offer a high level of customization as far as being able to change the floor plan, but they do have options where, hey, I want to bump out or things like that. Some of the most common ones that you see, they'll be able to offer. So right here, you are going to have your own full bath. So you got the tile insert with the tile shower. That does come standard. I do believe, with the tile. So you don't get that plastic insert there. So that's the first one here. So if you did need an extra room, they also, like I said, they do have the flex room as well. They just don't count it a bedroom just because it doesn't have a closet. So you go right over here, you got another closet. Man, I love these 8-foot doors. I honestly wish everybody would do them. It just gives it such a grand feel. Like, it feels so open in here. I don't know if you can feel it on the camera, but it just feels very open in here, especially with the 10-foot ceiling. So right here's going to be the flex room space here that you can do, whatever you want with. Let me get up in here. They always do a great job at staging these things. That's the one thing I can say. I show a lot of homes and a lot of new construction, but typically the consensus is, whenever I hear from my clients, is like, oh, I just love the way, these are staged. And I like they like the design. So right here, we got your half bath here, and then we got like We got a little linen closet. So, and then right here, we just open up into this just massive living area. So you have your living room here, and then it just flows right into your kitchen. And so let me give you right here. I know, guys, I'm being a tease. I'm not showing you the whole. So through here will be your garage. This is where obviously their office is right now. And then you just have a closet. Obviously, you're coming in from the garage. You have a little closet here. Then you have your laundry area. There's enough room for a utility sink if you wanted to put like a utility sink in. Kind of give a little community over there. So plenty of room in here. Got a little overhead shelving there. This is gonna be obviously your basement right here. We're gonna get to that a little later in the video here, but yeah, this just opens up to completely massive, huge island here. This is gonna be their classic look. So I know we talked about it before. If you've seen any of the videos on K Hov, the way they do it is they have basically aesthetic for the entire home. And in this one, this is the classic. This one you get, more cabinetry, and you get those glass showcases over top. So you got a little, honestly, I guess it would be your coffee bar or whatever you wanted to put right there. Got the you got the microwave oven combo. You got your refrigerator here. And in here, you actually do have a dedicated pantry that is pretty big. Obviously, you could put more shelves in here and, get better shelving than wire shelving. You guys already know how I feel about wire shelving. But, I mean, it's definitely, got a nice area where you don't have to use that. And it's plenty of cabinetry here. So, have the granite countertops. You have your sink over here overlooking this huge bay window. So if you are doing dishes or anything, you'll be able to look out and you'll get some light. Another thing that I've heard from my clients, I guess this is like, where the division comes sometimes, is that people don't want a sink in the island. And in this one, obviously you don't. You can just use it for whatever you want, and there's no space, there's no wasted space. You put seats all around it. You got a little bit more storage underneath that as well. So if you do, and then you also have your gas burner over here, so you do have natural gas, and then you just open up. It's huge. You have the vaulted ceilings. You can do the optional fireplace, but more than enough room to do whatever you wanted in here. I mean, this thing is huge. Let's see here. I'm trying to give you a little perspective. Really. There's a ton of space. If this helps you at all to see, I'm not a tall guy. Well, I mean, I guess I'm average size, a little under 6 foot. So if I was over 6 foot, I probably wouldn't be doing these videos. I'd probably be in NBA somewhere. That's what they all say, right? But so yeah, very open. So if you're someone who likes the open space, or if you're into entertaining or anything like that, this is a great option for you. The space is utilized very well, and more space here. Let me give you a look at it the other way. And we still have more to go, guys. We haven't even got to the primary suite or the basement. They do come with basements out here. They are unfinished. You can't get them finished, but the unfinished basement is included in your base pricing, which is definitely a plus. And out here, all of the homes, y'all gonna love this one. Let me see if I can get up in here. So all the homes out here come with a covered porch. So they don't come screened in, but they do come with the covered deck. So this is really great, especially if you're someone who, wants to spend that time outdoors. And then when you get it screened in, it kind of becomes, an all season. Looks like they're doing some crop dusting. It is pretty rural out here still. But yeah, so if you're someone who wants to, enjoy with a coffee or something out on the back porch, you're going to be able to do that. They're all going to come with, covered porches. And this is very big out here. So if you wanted to get it screened in, obviously you can do that, but they will come with the cover. So that's another plus for this particular community out here. So we're coming back in here. Give you another look maybe from this way. So you got the front door so you can get oriented again. And then here we are, come into the primary suite here. So it's right off obviously the main room, kind of the main living area. So right here with this one, they actually did it's like another flex space. So if you needed a little office or anything, you have it right here. Then you still get a little window, a little bit of natural light as well. So it's just these 10-foot ceilings. It just gives you that feeling of like that oomph. Sometimes when I'm helping people and I bring them into homes, and they're like, just needed that. I just didn't feel that oomph. And 9 times out of 10, what it is that they want the higher ceilings, a more grander feeling. But here, like I said, I mean, they have the lights on, but you don't really need them. Plenty of natural light. You have the 3 windows right there. Tray ceiling. King size bed, so you got enough room in here to relax. Very spacious. Get your tray ceiling there, and then obviously you're gonna have your ensuite here. So your closet. I know everybody about that closet space. So you have like a whole side over here, as well as this whole side over here. So a lot of closet space in here. And then we'll check out the ensuite here. So dual separate vanities. So I like that because you get your own space and own cabinetry. Sometimes when they connect it into the dual, like you don't have all that. So that's a really nice touch. Obviously, tile shower with the rainfall head. And then you're going to have, your toilet here, your water closet. Give you another look here. So you had to forgive me, guys. I don't know if I have the best camera skills. I think I'm getting better, but yeah, I think I'm getting better at it. So hopefully you're seeing everything you want to see. I remember before when I first started, my wife would tell me sometimes when I would send her a video, because I'd be like, baby, you got to check out this. You got to check out this house. And I would send her like a video on my phone or something. And she'd be like, you're moving too fast. And you're not even showing the ceilings. I can't see the floors. So I've been trying to take everything into consideration when I'm doing these. So I hope that you're getting everything that you want to see and I'm not missing anything. So I'll take you right down here to the best part. Everyone always asks me, like, oh, do you get basements? So yes, in this community, you do get basements. They do come unfinished, but you can have them finished. K Hov, in most of their communities anyway, they only finish them one way. So you'll get a rec room, a bathroom, and a bedroom. and then the rest will be unfinished. Because you'll see here that you could press this out further if you wanted it to. So like I said here, we're actually coming right into it. All this will be, unfinished space, and you can use this for storage, or if you wanted to potentially finish it out to something else afterwards, you can. But they won't do it. They'll only build it that very specific way. So again, I mean, these ranches, I mean, you guys already know, with these ranches, they're the whole footprint of the house. So anytime you finish out the basement, for the most part, you're going to double your square footage. So that 2490 that I gave you, that was only the above ground level. Down here, you can add another 2,000 square feet or so. So almost a 4,000 square foot house. So as we come in, so this is going to be your bathroom. Your bedroom, I'm sorry. So your bedroom here, got an egress window. So if some stuff does happen and a fire breaks out, you can get on up out of here. You have access. They did put a, I don't know, what do you guys call it? Walk out or walk up? But they do have it here. So right through here, you have your bedroom, and across you're going to have your bathroom. I'm going to show you that as well. Closet space here. And honestly, this is a decent sized closet. You can definitely walk up in here. This is definitely a decent sized closet for down here. And with the rec room and everything, you could have a whole nother person live down here. So if you do have children or siblings or anyone that's living with you, definitely more than enough space for them down here. One of the misconceptions that I see that people have about 55 plus communities is that you have to be 55 plus to live here, which isn't the case. So typically what happens is that the owner of the home has to be 55 plus, and that's not even all the way true. But anyone who lives here has to be at just over 18. So if you have older children living with you or anything, now anyone under 18, that's where you start getting into some of the requirements to where as though they can only stay for 30 overnights and all that other good stuff. But if you're over 18, you have nothing to worry about. And honestly, if you are over 18 but under 55, you can still live in a 55 plus community. You can be the owner. There's just a certain amount. So 20%, no more than 20% of the community can be under 55 plus. So you can still purchase a 55 in a 55 plus community if you're under 55, if that's the vibe you're going for. But anyway, back to I got sidetracked. So here's your rec room space here. More than enough. This is like a little mini apartment down here. So they'll like I said, they'll finish it this way in this model. This is how it would look. You just put your own touches on it, and obviously not the furniture. But you have like the little living room entertaining area. Then you got basically a billiards hall, little billiards back here, pool hall, and a poker table or whatever, card table, whatever you want here. And then through here, I call it a walk out because I'm walking out of the basement, but some people call it a walk up. I really do like this feature just because if you do, you can't, like I said, you can put fences out here. So if you put a fence up or anything like that and you're having any type of entertainment, if you're having any type of party or anything like that, you don't have to have them come through the house. You can just have them, hey, open up the fence, come to the back and come watch the Super Bowl, come watch the fight, whatever you're doing here. Or if you're outside, grilling or anything, it's really convenient. Honestly, I recommend it if you're going to have a finished basement. Or like I said, if you have, someone living with you, a sibling or anything like that, that's living. I say anything like that a lot, don't I? I notice in these videos, I see myself repeating phrases and stuff. But yeah, if you have siblings or anyone else, or if you have someone living with you and they basically have their own entrance, they don't even have to, come upstairs, I guess, for just for food. And you definitely put a little refrigerator down there or a microwave or a hot plate or something. So they don't even have to, come up here. You don't even have to be bothered. So that's going to be the Carver model. Let me flip you back around here. So kind of see the house. Like I said, again, all of them come with the covered porch. So out of here, we're gonna go right out of here, and then we're going to kind of head. You can kind of see the area a bit. I'll drive around later in the video so you can kind of see what's here so far, and I can talk a little bit more about the community, like the amenities that they're going to offer here, and you kind of just see where you're at. I mean, honestly, I don't know if you can see it in the video or not. Let me try to zoom in. I mean, you can see the Roth Bridge literally right there. So if you're someone who needs the commute, if you're still working, or you just want to be closer, closer to family, if you're not from Delaware, if you have family in New York, New Jersey, or PA, Maryland. I'm just seeing everybody come from everywhere in Delaware. I've had reach outs from Florida, Arizona, California, a lot more from PA. I don't know, all that, especially Philly, like all that, the trash strike and everything that was going on. New Jersey, because you guys are just running from the property tax, trying to get away from that high property tax. But I'm getting off track again, guys. So right here, this is going to be the Aberdeen 2. So if you've seen the Aberdeen in some of my other videos, this is kind of like that on steroids. So it's going to be a 2-bed, 3-bath, 2148 is the square footage, and the base on this actually starts at 573.9. Again, guys, take this with a grain of salt. I don't know when you're watching this video. We're talking about a year from now. I mean, obviously these prices are going to change. That's why I try to get these videos out as soon as possible. I mean, this community is brand new. I think they've only sold 10 homes out here as I'm doing this video, and no one is even living in the community yet. No one's moved in yet. So a great chance for you to get in while the getting is good, and get some of that forced appreciation down the line. So again, like I said, 2-bed, 3-bath. This is going to be in their farmhouse style. You've seen the farmhouse style in my videos before. But again, if there is anything that I don't cover in this video, or if you want more information, guys, again, I'm not hard to get a hold of. I'll put my info on screen now. Feel free to reach out to me, call me, text me, email me, schedule an appointment if you want to do a Zoom, however you want to do it. But I'm going to stop talking and we can get right into it right here. So again, this is going to be, you're going to have the covered, and this is the porch elevation. You can pick that. Obviously with these models, they do a lot of extras just to showcase what they can do. But I mean, I love these 8-foot doors, man. They're phenomenal. So again, you're gonna have the 10-foot ceiling. You got the tray ceiling as soon as you come into this foyer area right here. This is going to lead down to your basement. Again, you do get a basement in here. This will be an unfinished one. I can run through that if you guys want. Again, it's just when you're looking for that kind of wow factor, I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, it always comes to the different changes in the ceiling heights. And they have them out here, like the 10-foot ceilings, the 8-foot doors. It really gives you a lot of great perspective. So in this one, obviously, you're going to have the 2 bedrooms. They're in the front. So you got your first bedroom here. This one's, like I said, is a little smaller, but I guess I'm kind of giving away. Obviously, I've been through this already. I love the master. You'll see why. I love I love the primary suite in this one. Sorry, I keep saying that. I'm just so used to saying, master bedroom and stuff, but it's supposed to be primary. So your primary bedroom, this is another additional bedroom. So both the bedrooms are right here in the front. So you kind of get that division. You got your closet here. So you kind of get that division between the primary side of the house and the additional. So if you are having guests, they still kind of have their own privacy and they're not right on top of you. You got the full bath here. with the tile bathroom. I do like that they include the tile instead of the plastic inserts. One of my biggest pet peeves, and honestly, even if they didn't include it, I mean it's fine. But one of my biggest pet peeves is when I walk through these models sometimes with, all the different builders, that they put all these extras in here and then you get in the bathroom and then they do that plastic insert. It just boggles my mind. I don't know why you would do that, but you know, it is what it is. So so here we are right here. I just realized, guys, you're going to hear the difference in the audio. Oh my, I just realized my mic hasn't been on this whole time. So it's using the innate audio from the mic. I am so sorry. I mean, from the speaker here. I don't think it's too bad. I'll have to listen to it over again. I always forget to do that. I'll forget to turn my mic on. So here we are right here. So you have like the little drop area. They're using this one. This is where this is where your garage would be. This is, they have this as a design center. So I'll go through and I'll touch on the design center again. I know I have in some other videos, but this is your first time on the channel or the first video you're watching of me. Thanks for watching it. And then you can kind of know how this builder does its options for the most part. So again, we're going to walk in. You have your vaulted ceiling here with the wooded beam. So that's an option in the farmhouse style that you can add. But again, walking into just a massive kitchen here. This part, again, is pretty similar to the other Aberdeen models that I've shown. And here's that area of contention again. If you don't want your sink in the island. I never really thought about it before until somebody brought it to my attention. Unfortunately, it's something you're not going to be able to change. It's just the way it comes. So you're going to have the microwave oven combo over here as well. Your little coffee bar if you wanted a coffee bar. And then here, you're going to get another dedicated pantry again. So a lot of space here. Give you another look here, facing this way. And then you have the living area. You got like the little dining area here if you wanted to do something like for the holidays or if you're going to have more people over. But again, this one is just kind of just a little bit smaller when it comes to the actual like main living space, but still still feels very open. And again, like I said before, all of these are going to come with the covered porch. So I guess this will kind of show it. So that was the one we were in where it has the screen, and then this one in the Aberdeen, this is going to come with the covered porch, but it's not screened in, but it's still going to be a covered deck. So you're going to have lights. I mean, if you wanted to change it out, put a ceiling fan out here, you could. But if you did want it screened in, obviously they can do that because you saw it in the other model. So we come over here. And then we have the optional fireplace where you can do the stone front. And let me give you this area over here. So I really hope this audio is good, guys. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I'm really mad at myself that I forgot to turn that mic on. So here we go here. So you got the little linen closet here. And then you're gonna go into the primary suite. And this primary suite is huge. So you have the tray ceiling again, and then you have just the regular bedroom, but you have a sitting room, guys. I don't know why, but I love sitting rooms. I think it's just super cool to have something like this in your bedroom. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm obsessed with sitting rooms, but I love it. It's probably one of my favorite things in this entire model, honestly. I would probably change it. I would probably put the couch over here and then probably put like a TV or something over there so I could watch TV. And I didn't, wasn't disturbing my wife or anything. Or if I wanted to play like a game or anything like that. So, it's very spacious here. And again, you come in to your bedroom here. So, well, into your bathroom, sorry. So you have the dual vanity, but do you guys get what I mean with the other one, how there were two separate vanities? So you get more storage space, kind of like there was more cabinets on the other one. So that's why I do like that. Obviously it's upgraded shower with the rainfall shower head, tile, floor to ceiling. This one does have enough space. So if you wanted to put some sort of soaking tub here, that they can do that. So you can do the tub in this one. In the other one, you couldn't, just because of the way the bathroom is set up. You couldn't, at least the way they have it set up, they wouldn't be able to add a tub. So right here, obviously you got the toilet seat, the toilet seat. You got the toilet right there. And again, this closet is, I don't know, I would have to look at the dimensions. It feels about the same size as the other one. The other one might be a little bit bigger, but yeah, so lengthwise, yeah, I think the other one might be a bit bigger. So, the only thing left now is the basement. So in this one, it's going to be unfinished. You do have the option of having it finished. So you do have the option of having that one finished. Let me give you another view here. So you can get it finished. Obviously in all these ranchers, they're just massive. So obviously in these ranches, these basements are just massive in here because it's the full square footage of the home, because that's how they have to pour the foundation. So just give you a quick little glance here. So you got all this here. Like I said, all this can be, it looks like it's kind of framed out. I don't know if they were going to finish it, but you have your rough end for your plumbing there, your egress window over here. So that's going to be both of these houses. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to hop in the car. We can ride around the community. Community obviously doesn't have many of the roads or streets in, just because it's brand new. They are building. They do offer quick deliveries here. One of the perks of, K Hov. If you're someone who is working on more of an accelerated timeline and you need something now, they do have some quick deliveries here. So with that being said, let's go ahead. I'll take you out to the car, and then we'll see the community, talk a little bit more about the community, and then I'll show you, the area. All right, guys. So right now we're just going to take a little ride around the community a bit, and just show you here. Like I said, this community is brand new, guys. There isn't even anybody living out here. So like I mentioned before, they do have some, oh, wow, the harness here is acting weird. There we go. So they do have, obviously over here, you're going to see the street connection. And then as we move down, you can see a little bit, what is going on here? Why is this thing doing this? this not tight enough? There we go. So right now, through the community, this is just, like I said, there's only 10. I think when I checked last, there was about 10 homes sold in the community. There's going to be about 137 out here, is what they said. So not a very big community, but as you can see, I mean, we got some more lots down here, but very kind of rural setting for the most part. But we're super close, as you see, as when I come out of here, you see how close we are to the bridge, to, you know, get right back on one. So if you wanted to go to one, or if you wanted to go back, if you wanted to go into Middletown or go south to the beaches, I mean, you're right there. So it's actually pretty nice because you're far enough out. I know I've mentioned it in some of my other videos. So yeah, I mean, there's just plenty of just tons of lots here. But as I mentioned before in my other videos, that sometimes because of all the, you know, rapid influx that we've had to Middletown, you get those choke points sometime during like high commute times. But with this, you're far enough out from Middletown where you're not going to experience that. I mean, because you're just going to get onto one. Obviously, you'll have traffic on Route 1. You'll get that traffic, but you'll be right there to get home and get back. Or like I said, if you're someone who's still commuting, or if you work in a different part of the, you know, Delaware, or just a different state in general. Some other things about the community, like I said, 55 plus. They're going to have a clubhouse. They're starting it. They're breaking ground on it. They said it should be ready by next summer. All the regular stuff that you see. So you're going to have a pool, a fitness center, pickleball courts, and like you said, bocce courts. I don't know if you can see the little sign there, but right up there you have the Four Seasons, the clubhouse. They're going to have a full-time activities director as well, so to plan those activities for the clubs and all that other good stuff. Oh yeah, I guess some of the other things here, obviously with the 55 plus, you're going to, they do include landscaping, so they're going to cut your grass, snow removal, all that other stuff. But one of the things that's a little bit different is a lot of times when they are providing the lawn care, they don't allow you to have fences. You can have fences in this community, and as of right now, the HOA is $225 a month. But there is a caveat to that. So that's the price before the clubhouse goes in, because the clubhouse isn't in yet. So it's going to increase, and I tried to get a number on it, but it didn't have it quite yet because they didn't have the budget for it. So I don't know what that'll be monthly. Typically in some of the other communities that I've seen with K Hov, or, you know, just in general, when they put the clubhouse in, I saw about, I want to say about $100 increase. So you might be closer to like that 325, or it may be lower. I don't want to misspeak, but you are going to see an increase. You are going to see an increase with the actual HOA when the clubhouse is finished. So yeah, right over here we got Frightland. So that's like a staple. I've talked about that before. So every Halloween, you know, that opens up, and that's like you know, a scary like a Halloween-esque feature there. It was a lot of fun. It's been a while since I'm not really into the whole spooky season like that. I mean, it's cool, but I don't go out my way to, you know, try to get my heart rate up for no reason. And again, with most of those homes that we saw, they're going to be in about a quarter of an acre or so decent amount of space.
So where I'm taking you now, I'm kind of going to take you into pretty much the heart of Middletown. So right now at this light, obviously, if I go straight, I'm going to go onto Route 1, and then I can take that either way. I can go Route 1. I can go Route 1 north or south. So if I wanted to head north, like closer to Wilmington, I can go that way. Or if I wanted to go south, like towards the beaches or toward Dover or anything like that, it's right there. I'm gonna stay on 13 because honestly, guys, I'm a little scared. I've never drove that fast because obviously, if you ever drove on one, we know it says 55, 65s, but those are just, those are just suggestions. You always go about 80 on there. Just follow the route of travel. And I don't know if my camera on my roof is going to fall off, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to take 13. If you are going into Middletown, you can go straight across and then hop onto 301 and kind of take that overpass to get right into Middletown. Now, I don't think it's ridiculously that much faster, but you probably save about 3-4 minutes, especially if you got a lead foot. So like I said, I'm gonna head more so into Middletown. We're gonna go to basically the Walmart right around Main Street, so where typically everything is. So if you were going to do your day-to-day, that's where you would be at. But as you can see around us, this is more of the, I'm not gonna say, I guess you could say rural, but I mean right up here there's a Wawa, Dunkin' Donuts, so you're not far from pretty much anything. But I like this location for the fact that it's just a little bit further out. So as far as like getting home and leaving and everything, it's not bad to get to the main highway again. But you are a little bit farther out than some of the other communities in Middletown. If you want to be like in that Middletown area. Now, if you're just someone who wanted to be, closer so that you can commute, I mean, I think it's great. Or if you just want that access to be able to get on, like I said, I'm on Route 13 now. I could have went to 301, whichever one I wanted to go either north or south. So, I mean, again, as you guys already know, Middletown is called Middletown for a reason. It's in the middle. So it's in the middle of pretty much Newcastle County and Kent County. So as far as Middletown, you're about 20 miles away from Wilmington if you're going to head north, and if you're about 20 miles south if you wanted to head to Dover, the capital, if you were someone who was maybe military or anything like that. So I'm going to turn right here onto Boyd's Corner Road. Like I said before, you have the Wawa that's right over there, and they're building like a new shopping center right in this area. The shop's at Boyd's Corner, so there's going to be a bunch of retail space. So I don't know what's going to end up going there, but you are going to have more retail shopping literally right off of Route 13. So not far at all. You're going to see some more communities out here. This is Boyd's Corner Road. This is Orion, Garrett Woods. It's a Ryan community. Like I said, I don't really showcase Ryan. I'm not going to sit here and bash them. I mean, they're good for what they are. I mean, there's a reason why, you see all the price points, and they're typically under that. So again, price is what you pay, value is what you get. So again, I'm just not going to sit here and just like overly bash them. I mean, if that's all you can afford, and you want to stop renting, I mean, it is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? Just different strokes for different folks. I probably won't highlight any of them because they don't see the need for real estate agents, and typically it already costs a ton of money to close here in Delaware anyway. It's already so expensive, and a lot of people just don't have it in their budgets to also, pay all these fees and stuff, and pay for my representation as well, and that's okay. But that's the reason why you probably won't see those communities, at least on this channel, unless something was to change. But right over here. Other communities, Bayberry. Really nice communities. Unfortunately, they have their own marketing department and everything, so I'm not able to film there. So another community you probably won't see on the channel. I mean, maybe I can do a ride through, but they don't allow me to film in any of their homes, unfortunately. But obviously, you can kind of see it. It's a huge community. They're huge communities. They do have amenities, and I mean, but don't let that stop you from reaching out to me, because we can definitely make an appointment and go see some. Unfortunately, I won't be able to showcase them on my channel, like actually walking through them. Maybe I could do a drive-through or something. But again, it's great again because of all those homes that were there and that were built. They're actually building a town center for that to be in close proximity right over here. So I think it's going to be a Sprouts or something. So there will be some sort of grocery store and some more retail shopping right here. So if you were in the other, if you did choose Pennfield or this specific area, you'll have some options that aren't, that don't require you to move. To go all the way into Middletown for a grocery store, kind of like what I'm doing now. Because right now I'm going to take you pretty much into Main Street for the most part, and that's where everything is going to be located. So again, I do these in real time for a reason. I don't do the time lapse, or I try not to. I know you're probably like skipping through it, like, Brandon, good Lord, help me, get me to where I want to go. So just for the fact that you can actually feel like what the commute would be, or see what the commute would be. I mean, actually with my GPS, it's about 20 minutes. If you just want to skip this and you're tired of looking at my face and tired of hearing me talking, you can just, skip along and not have to do all this. But and this is kind of a back road. Like I said, if you wanted to, you could just hop on 301 and, through here, it's all like 45, 35, 45, 50. Through there, obviously, 65, 70, 80, whatever you want to go, as long as you don't get stopped by the police, I guess. So you can do that. If you just want to get to Middletown a little bit faster, or if you don't want to take like the local traffic. But typically, I try to take the local way so you can just see a bit more of the area itself. So you can kind of see the character of the area, because I mean, that's why you're watching these videos, right? Over here, another community is another K Hovnanian community, Pleasanton. I did showcase this one on my channel, so if you wanted to check it out, I can I don't know, maybe put a card up or something like that to where you can look at it. We're just gonna keep going down. Again, all of this is the Windom School District, so I know typically you wouldn't be worried about that if you're looking at 55 plus communities, but it's a good thing to just be aware of, because it does impact typically the school, like the pedigree of a school district, or if you're in a better district, typically you retain value. But I don't think that's really an issue here in Middletown. I mean, all of Middletown is the Apple district, but they've just been building so much here. There's so much development, and as you can see, I mean, watching what I'm driving through, there's a bunch more land that can be developed, because like I said, a lot of these they're building communities left and right. There's another community that Shell is building out here called Monarch, and they're just breaking ground, so that's going to be another community. They're just building left and right out here, so definitely a lot of opportunities out here, and a lot of commercial opportunities as well. So it's definitely growing. And these roundabouts, love these roundabouts. That's another thing that they've kind of started to actually combat, try to expand the infrastructure, because like I said, they're just building a ton all throughout Delaware. I mean, and I just appreciate you guys so much for reaching out to me, because you guys are definitely keeping me busy. It's just a lot of people wanting to move to Delaware. I don't know, I guess the secret is out now. But a lot of people want to move to Delaware, and because of that, people are making that move to Delaware. So the infrastructure has to, be able to handle them. And Delaware's trying. It's a long, hard process for the most part, but they're trying. They're recognizing what they need to do and things they need to do in order to improve that. Same thing with medical as well. It's a big question that everyone asks me, like, how is the medical out here? It's just a bigger strain on it. I know I read an article where I think Christiana Care is looking at putting like $200 million or some ridiculous number into improving healthcare infrastructure here in Delaware. So they're aware. They've even tossed around ideas of creating moratoriums to halt building until we can get that healthcare infrastructure and different infrastructure up. None of them have taken effect or actually, been voted in, but that's something they've been talking about. So I do think in the next couple of years it's going to get at least somewhat better. But as of right now, if you are, making that move to Delaware, and you do need, get your doctors right. I mean, as soon as you kind of know the area you're going to be at, and you're going to be in Delaware, especially if you're, new construction. New construction typically takes anywhere from, depending on 4 to 7 months, just depending on the type of build and what time of year we're talking about. But as soon as that you're making, as soon as you're making that move to Delaware, I would probably start looking into doctors and at least getting on the books and getting that first appointment, because I have heard people had appointments that have been out 6 months sometimes. But once you get established as a patient in the practice, typically you just get on your schedule and you're good to go. But there are quite a few, urgent cares, walk-ins, and everything like that in the area, because we do know that, we have a need for it. So there are quite a few of those to help kind of combat that if there is urgent request or something that you need to get seen sooner rather than later for, if your doctor isn't available. So that's a big thing out here. That you'll see, like I said, a bunch of walk-ins and ER urgent centers. So, I mean, right now, we're just on Summit Bridge Road, coming to, we're going to come into Middletown Warwick Road. We're kind of entering more of the city of Middletown. We got a Middletown Diner over here on this side. The Ritas. I don't know, it is kind of hot out today. I mean, a mango gelati does sound good. So this is kind of like where we're coming into. I don't know why this thing keeps falling, man. I am just doing you guys wrong today. I forgot to turn my mic on. I got the freaking the harness flying everywhere. I don't know what's going on today. Hopefully the rest of the day doesn't turn out to be like this. So yeah, so like I said, we're just coming into kind of like the actual town of Middletown. And it's just developed so much. Like I said, I've lived here my entire life, and I can remember, I talk about it all the time. My mom actually used to be the manager at this Burger King here, and literally that's all I remember being. I'm not gonna say all I remember, but I mean that's all that really was here, was that you had this Burger King here, and then you had the apartments that were right by it. But I mean, right over here you got your Target. I know people. You got your Hobby Lobby. well, Target, so as some people call it. You got Sprouts, PetSmart, and then, like I said, this is like kind of really into the heart of Middletown. We're gonna pass, you know, Main Street over here on the left, but we're in it. I mean, this is where you're gonna come to do most of your, you know, shopping, or if you want to grab some food. They got a Honey Grow, Taco Rio, all the McDonald's, all your shopping, everything else. We're gonna come up on. That's what I need to do, guys. I need to do a video kind of like driving through Middletown, but I never know really how to do those videos. Like I don't know, like, should I go through the main town center, or I don't know, guys. But yeah, I mean, this is we got an Aldi right here, Home Goods, Ashley's Furniture, K's Jeweler. So I mean, like I said, we're right around that 20-minute mark. It's going to take you about 20 minutes to get into the city, or into the town center for the most part. But again, guys, I'm gonna keep this going. Where are we? We're right by the Walmart, so I'll just take us in this. I've been ending a lot of these in Walmart, man. Walmart parking lots. So here we come here. We'll change it up. Maybe we'll go to this Aldi right here. So this is another, you know, shopping center as well. I talked in my other videos, I talked about like some of the restaurants. This is actually this is West Town. So there's the Kiku's that I talked about. The hibachi place is right in here. Then, I mean, across the street, I don't know if you saw it before I turned. I mean, you have a Little over there, and you have Crooked Hammock Brewery. There's a lot of quite a few damn, I can't say that word. Quite a few oh my goodness, breweries in the area. I'm getting so tongue-tied. What is going on? Maybe I had a few beers before I started this, talking like I'm drunk. But either way, guys, obviously, like I said before, if there's a specific community or, you know, content you want to see from me, just let me know, man. And if you're interested in seeing more content, maybe if this wasn't the community for me, you just want to learn more about some areas, obviously feel free to reach out to me. I'll put my info on screen again. And I have some more videos discussing the areas and everything Delaware right over here.